Hi folks, this is Beginning Algebra Quiz 1. Number 1, we're asked to graph the set of real numbers on the number line described by the interval notation bracket 2, comma 3, parenthesis. So we'll go ahead and sketch our number line. We'll put on the number 2 and the number 3. We have a bracket around 2. That means that we're including the point 2. So we can illustrate that by using a filled in dot above 2. We have a parenthesis at 3, so we're not including the 3, so we can use an open circle for that. And we're looking from the x's between 2 and 3, so from 2 to 3. So that'll do it for number 1. Number 2, we're asked to find the interval notation for the set of real numbers greater than or equal to -2. So the first step for interval notation is to actually draw the interval on the real number line. So we'll start here with -2. Since we're asked for the numbers greater than or equal to -2, we're going to include the -2, so we're going to have a filled in dot there. I want the real numbers greater than or equal to -2. Numbers that are greater than -2 lie on the right of -2. And so this is a schematic of the interval we're looking at. So for the interval notation, we're going to start at the left endpoint -2. And we don't have a right endpoint, so we symbolize that using the infinity sign. We include the -2, so we have a bracket, and we never include infinity, so we have a parenthesis. And so that'll do it for number 2. Number 3, we're asked to convert this fraction to a decimal. The denominator is a power of 10. This is 10 to the 4th power. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And so the way we can do this is we take the number 123, which has a zero, or has a decimal point rather, after the 3, and we're going to move this decimal to the left 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where the new decimal point will be. And so our final answer, we have 0.0123. And that'll do it for problem 3. Problem 4 asks us to write an equivalent fraction with the given denominator. So we have the fraction 3/7. We want to write an equal fraction with a denominator of 35. So we have to ask ourselves, how did we go from a denominator of 7 to a denominator of 35? Well, we had to multiply by 5. So to get an equal fraction, we also have to multiply the numerator by 5. So I get 3 times 5 up top. I simplify that, I get 15 over 35. And if you want, you can always check your answer. Let's factor the numerator, factor the denominator, and you see we can actually simplify that down to 3/7. So that's a nice little check for us. So our final answer is 15 over 35. The last question, reduce to lowest terms, 39 over 12. So 39/12. In order to reduce, we have to cancel common factors. So we factor the numerator, we factor the denominator, we have a common factor of 3 that we can cancel, and so our final answer is 13/4. So that'll do it for quiz 1.